So it's not wasted as a site. Actually, it's what you've done can easily be turned into something amazing. But this is the perfect chance for you to do it, so that doesn't become your biggest issue. Just to hear the rain whisper softly that I might see you again. Hold me down and watch the water rise. Pull me out and bring me back into this life. 'Cause I'm ready for a forest fire, forest fire. I'm needing a forest fire, forest fire.
Good morning, friends. Today we will be having our friends Aishah and Punit from Nadi Farm over, and they, with all their knowledge they acquired of the last 3 years of building in these mountainous areas, will assess our site and support us in bringing it to life in the most beautiful and at the same time most safe way possible.
The way you're putting a system together, it's not very conventional. Like what I mean by that is, even with a bioseptic system that is conventional, we had trouble. That's what we're saying, right? And so, given the dampness of the site, which is every site in Bali, okay, we have to actually put extra precautions to help the system along. What you guys are starting with, like, don't be discouraged. I know how it feels. We've been there. Just rethink the outflow of how to redirect. Okay, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, you know, if your site is already there, you've chosen that part for, you know, like these functions, then yeah, you have to keep it close, right? The beauty is you've got a few fruit trees already around, and now what you will need is shrubs like this height, right? That will also be around, so that is a fully contained space. Papyrus and cat's tail reeds. Those are, you know, for any grey and black water system, those reeds, those roots, just like, they love dirty water. And also kaladi, the taro, yeah. So those three are the best partners. And the other good thing is they bring in the good insects that can also help with mosquitoes and break down and creating like a more balanced ecosystem. What I would do is, I wouldn't change the shower. I would convert like the toilet, because again, it's new, it's still early days, right? Use it as a temporary toilet for now, if you already are. Build another toilet to the side with the system that Chakra mentions. Make sure the toilet is like right on the edge, with like the management site around it for whatever is the outflow, right? Human manure, grey water, you know, black water and grey water both, you know. So it's not wasted as a site. Actually, it's what you've done can easily be turned into something amazing. But this is the perfect chance for you to do it, so that doesn't become your biggest issue. Mountain lines in the distant view, clouds of smoke and all the sky has turned from blue. It's passing down, it's the west to say. That's the kind of thing where when you have dangerous water, even something like grey water. So where we have at the back of our cafe, we've got a grease trap. We've got 2 grease traps, in fact. And now we're going to add a third one, in fact. 2 grease traps, right? I mean, we've got Indian food. There's a lot of grease. Okay? After that, it still goes into a grey water pit, right? We've got all those reeds, and we've got the gravel. But even for us, technically, that pit should be sealed so the water is not seeping. That is grey water. That is just dishwashing water. No black water involved. Even that, the technical way of doing it correctly is you'd have a sealed batako pit, right, like a pond. The bottom of it is also sealed, no seepage, no leaking. That water is treated and then it flows out. And then you'd actually have 2 more contained tanks that are more reeds that allow, or it goes into like a pond with fish. Only from that, the runoff from the fish pond is then grey water you send back into the garden to use for the garden. You wouldn't even send it back to the kitchen to use again. Right? Like the contamination level, potential contamination level here in Bali, especially in a place where there's so much liquid and water and moisture, is super high. One way that you could make it like into almost like an architectural feature, right, is what you could do is you seal this whole part off, right? This now becomes your reed bed. It's like a very architectural thing. It's a reed bed, right? And if you're being smart, what you could do is you could have the grey water coming through the reed bed to a certain part, which is completely like not mixed with the stuff below, okay? And that reed bed also has like a small pond for dragonflies. 1 millimeter of water versus 70 liters, it doesn't matter. Biohazardous contamination.
And you
right,
say like we will have...
Yeah, it's not about volume, it's about the risk that...
And you say we will have this because of...
I would factor it as a risk. I'm not going to say it's a certainty you're going to have it, but because you've put your thing, you know, if it was bioseptic, you could easily do this, right? Like running normal toilet. Why? Because you just dig like that height, actually. You could just buy a bioseptic tank now. And you put it in, and then basically it just does its thing, and then you have like a small, because you already have the bananas, you just create like a reed bed by the bananas, and that's your outflow for the bioseptic after the enzymes have done what they do, and you know it's already like technically safe as non-potable grey water, right? And then that could like potentially run down a few, like you could like make a tiny waterfall, and then again it goes down in, and then it comes out to maybe the bamboo. That is the first thing with water. The minute you have water safe and water like out of your minds working, everything else is relatively easy compared. Don't be discouraged.
No.
It's just more feedback, more research, right?
Yeah, I know. Like
And-
that's why I'm really appreciative about your opinions.
And at the end of the day, this is not lost, it's not wasted. It's Silicon Valley.
It's
Beta
a-
testing.
I know.
What I figured out in 2 years, it's a living thing.
living
There's-
organism.
Yeah.
What I would
Constantly
do here, if I were you, I would just, and if you don't want to change this, just put the septic tank that we're speaking about. Use the EM4, bam, you're done, move on to the next thing. If time
just
is something for you.
And the
Yeah,
pump-
we
the
just need
pump
to
with
figure out the
water.
water supply. And we have to shower before we go because
Of
everything
course.
is working.
Of course, let's do
Yeah.
that.
All right.
How will we continue, Aishah? What?
Thank you
So-
so
what
much.
do
Yeah.
you
I
say?
think,
I really appreciate
I
it.
already have a few ideas.
Yeah.
Can you just maybe
What's her
send me
Yeah.
a lot
Robin,
of the details?
pleasure to meet
Yeah.
you.
Could it be that someone is taking the first shower?
Noch nicht.
Oh, so was Feines.
Cool, oder?
This is just so nice. Wow. Wow.
Noch nicht warm genug, aber ja. Schau, lauwarm ist jetzt schon so ein bisschen.
Wow. Many impulses. Many unexpected developments. So yeah, our beautiful composting toilet might need to be rethought. There it is. Let's see, everything open. Replacing it with the standard septic tank, moving it to the side, sealing it better. We don't know yet. This feeling of having put a lot of time and effort and energy into something and wanting it to be as completed, like desperately wanting it to be completed, and then something unexpected happens, and this thing that you put in so much time and effort and love and creativity and sweat and tears and everything needs again more time. Leo, There's Amu there. Amu's there. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it is. Surrender.